Imagine a land filled with dense forests, mighty rivers, and fierce warriors. This was Gaul, a vast region stretching across what we know today as France, Belgium, parts of Switzerland, and even northern Italy. It was here, in 58 BCE, that Julius Caesar launched one of history's most famous military campaigns, the Gallic Wars. To understand why Caesar embarked on this conquest, we need to talk politics. Back in Rome, Caesar was part of the powerful First Triumvirate, alongside Pompey and Crassus, but he needed military glory to cement his reputation and maintain his political influence. Gaul offered the perfect opportunity. At the time, Gaul wasn't a unified nation. It was a patchwork of tribes, each with its own leaders and rivalries. Some were allies of Rome, but others resisted Roman influence. Caesar framed his campaign as a defensive war, claiming he was protecting Roman allies from hostile tribes like the Helvetii. The Helvetii were the first major challenge. This tribe of around 300,000 people decided to migrate westward, threatening Roman territories. Caesar intercepted them near Bibracte, delivering a crushing defeat. Many Helvetii were killed or forced back home, a stark warning to other tribes. Next came Ariovistus, a Germanic king who had crossed the Rhine into Gaul. He was a threat not just to the Gauls, but to Roman ambitions. Caesar confronted him in 58 BCE, defeating Ariovistus and driving his forces back across the Rhine. This victory established Caesar as the dominant force in Gaul. Over the next few years, Caesar systematically subdued tribe after tribe. In 57 BCE, he defeated the Belgi, a coalition of tribes in northern Gaul. Then, in 56 BCE, he crushed a rebellion by the Veneti, a seafaring people on the Atlantic coast. Caesar's strategy was relentless: divide and conquer. He exploited tribal rivalries, using diplomacy, alliances, and sheer force to bring Gaul under Roman control. In 55 BCE, Caesar demonstrated his engineering genius by building a bridge across the Rhine in just 10 days. This was more than a military move, it was a message. He was saying, no river, no boundary, no enemy is beyond the reach of Rome. Later that year, Caesar launched an expedition to Britain, marking the first time Roman forces set foot on the island. While these invasions didn't lead to permanent conquest, they showcased Rome's ambition and Caesar's daring leadership.
By 50 to BCE, the Gallic tribes had had enough. They united under Vercingetorix, a brilliant leader from the Arvani tribe. He waged a fierce guerrilla campaign, forcing Caesar to fight harder than ever. The climax came in Alesia, where Caesar's forces besieged Vercingetorix and his army, facing attacks from both the besieged Gauls and reinforcements outside. Caesar's troops built a double line of fortifications. It was a brutal and decisive battle. Vercingetorix eventually surrendered, marking the end of major resistance in Gaul. By 50 BCE, Gaul was firmly under Roman control. Caesar's campaigns added vast territories to the Republic and immense wealth to his name, but his conquests also made him a controversial figure. His growing power alarmed the Senate and set the stage for the Roman Civil War. The Gallic Wars were more than a series of battles. They reshaped the ancient world. They expanded Rome's borders, introduced new cultures into its fold, and propelled Caesar to legendary status. But they also left a legacy of brutality and ambition that would echo through history. If you found this story fascinating, hit like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which historical event you'd like us to explore next. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep growing.